You know, I told myself that when I got drafted, that I wouldn't come to the Rocky Steps until I won a championship. And now we're here.
Very cool stuff. Jalen Hurts is right where he was meant to end up. The Birds are proving to be a successful franchise for years to come. Is this officially the new normal for the Birds? And we'll show you the best moments of the parade that you might not have seen on TV, including Saquon Barkley and the O-line adding special members of the crowd into the parade. And Brandon Graham continues to cement his legacy with his second Super Bowl win. We'll talk about what may be in store in BG's future. And welcome into Birds Huddle, presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL. Barrett Brooks, Ashlyn Sullivan here with you. And the Eagles celebrated their Super Bowl 59 victory down Broad Street on Friday. It was an awesome day, 7 years after the first hoist of the Lombardi Trophy. We were with the fans at Xfinity Live. Barrett, you were at the Art Museum steps. It was a wild atmosphere.
Wow,
how did
unbelievable.
It compare, the last Super Bowl parade, to this one?
You know what? You really can't compare the two because the first Super Bowl was, you know, that in a nutshell. The first. So you know it's exciting. But this time, it seemed like we were well versed at it. People knew they had to be there at a certain time. I mean, there were absolutely people there. You know, I got there at what? 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was already crowded, almost 200,000 people then. And this is 9 o'clock in the morning. They weren't supposed to start until 11. But the mere fact that everybody was out there, it was a great crowd. This team has really become, you know, the focal point of Philadelphia sports now, you know. So, of course, they're going to be there trying to make it happen.
Yeah, and it definitely was a lot of lessons learned, at least from my first Super Bowl parade. I thought, no problem. I'll just walk up to the steps. I'll come meet Barrett from Xfinity Live. It'll just be a quick little walk, and I quickly learned 5 minutes in, I will not be making it there.
If it wasn't for these nice policemen, which allowed me to get in the street and walk in the street, you know, I wouldn't have made it to the place. Philly fans, they were ready. They were just, I mean, it was just an era. Just, all right, look how proud we are that our squad made it to the highest point. We are the best team in the NFL, and we are the best fans in the NFL. They let me know it, too.
Oh,
they let
yeah.
me know it.
And they are very good at celebrating, that's for sure. And it's time now for our three-point stance presented by Toyota. Number one, Saquon Barkley will finish his career with the Eagles. That's the hope, of course. He already made a name for himself in Midnight Green, and he isn't shy about showing his love for the Philly faithful.
We got the best fans in the world, man.
Hey, why did it work this year for this football team?
Love. I think that's the biggest thing, you know what I mean? Like, we have all these names and superstar names, and nobody care about who was the guy, who was the person getting it done. We all sacrifice our ego and put it to the side and focus on winning a championship. And we knew we were able to do that, and we were able to get it done.
And you felt love from the second that you became a Philadelphia Eagle, haven't you?
100%. And, you know, you're at one place and you think that's where you want to be, and retire there, and then life happens. And I came here, and now I couldn't imagine playing anywhere else.
Hear Saquon say he couldn't imagine playing anywhere else, and it's safe to say that Howie will not be entertaining any offers for Saquon Barkley. And Barrett, the moment we saw him sitting on the steps, taking it all in at the end of the parade, they go down Broad Street. I love how he took a moment with the fans. He was one of the first ones off the bus. So cool. You could just tell how much fun he was having. And this moment really became full circle to me. You can just tell he's like, wow, I can't believe this year actually happened.
You know, him and Avante Mack was sitting there, you know, and I was right there, and I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, and this before everybody came up, everybody came, and they were actually taking a break, and they were eating lunch or whatever in the back. But both him and Avante Mack stood at the top of the steps and just said, look, man, look what just happened. Yeah. And it's new for him because he hadn't won in 6 years. He hadn't done anything. You know, they went to the playoffs one time. The Giants went to the playoffs one time, but they knew it was fool's gold. He understood you could only, you know, last for just a second, being Saquon left, Saquon right, Saquon up the middle, because that's what the offense was there. It was all about Saquon with that Giants team. But here, he was able to expand his role because he had other weapons around him, and you couldn't focus on that, on just him. Everything opened up. Saquon understood how special it is to be here in Philadelphia with the teammates that he had. And you can just kind of tell he's the consummate pro. He understood this was ordained for him to be here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, coming from Penn State, you know, he's from right down the road. You know, even though he's born in New York, he went to school right down the road. And for him to come in and take over like he did, I told you from the beginning. Me and you started the year out. It was Friday. It was what? It was
the show before the season started.
The show before the season started, and I said, if Saquon Barkley wins the rushing title, they're going to win the Super Bowl. I didn't say get to the Super Bowl. I said win the Super Bowl. And you looked at me like I was crazy.
I did. I still think you are a little bit.
But you know what? I knew it because he's just such a special player. And I knew what it was when he was back. You know, I covered games in college back when he was with Penn State. But he was just that piece that they needed to take him over the top. And now that they got this piece, I'm looking for him to take over the top a couple more times, too. Super Bowl, that is.
100%. Saquon Barkley definitely running through this Eagles offense. And you got to think it stays the same as we go to stance number 2 now. Get used to celebrating because this might be the new normal for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Birds now have 2 Super Bowl titles and 3 Super Bowl appearances in the last 7 seasons. Since Nick Sirianni took over as head coach before the 2021 season, the team has a 70.6 win percentage.
That is crazy.
Highest in the NFC. 3rd highest in the entire NFL during that span. So Barrett, when you look at this roster, you got to think a lot of guys are here to stay. So why not throw out the word dynasty? Why not throw out the word repeat? Because why would they not?
Well, you know, you look at it. Howie Roseman has engineered an offense that, you know, I mean, a team in which you look at on the defensive side of the ball. Instead of, you know, they paid their quarterback. Usually when you pay a quarterback, you can't, you know, usually, you know, come in and sign guys. But I think it kind of flipped over. Howie Roseman made it so these young guys on the defensive side of the ball are all on their rookie deals. So that means it's like their they didn't sign their quarterback because these guys are playing their rookie deals. They have 7 guys on their rookie deals starting for this defense. I mean, come on now. That's incredible. Guys that come in and are making influences. 2 rookie cornerbacks come in and are starting. The best defensive player probably in the NFC, probably in the whole NFL, and Carter starting in the middle. They still got Davis on his rookie deal. There are so many guys that are on their rookie deals that how we can go out there and really, you know, sign guys here and there. And then the mere fact that these guys are so young, they're the cornerstones of this team. They're going to be those pillars that we had with like we had with Lane Johnson and BG and all those guys. They're cornerstone. They're rocks that you have to build upon on the defensive side of the ball that we have right now. So if they're that young, and the defensive side of the ball, we have guys signed 2 or 3 years in advance, you can't say anything but they're going to be great for at least the next 2, 3, 4 years. So I'm looking forward to how this team continues to develop, continues to get stronger and get better as they bring in new players. It's only going to get better as time goes on. So, yes, this might even be the best team we've seen. Next year might be even better. So I'm anxious to see how we go next year.
Right, and now is the time when you have all these guys on rookie deals. Now is the win now time, so you got to think they're going to take advantage of that, and it takes a different kind of player to thrive in Philadelphia. We know that, but with the latest Super Bowl win, Landon Dickerson was loudly passionate on the Art Museum steps about his experience playing in the city of brotherly love. Take a listen.
When I got drafted here, everybody said it was impossible to play in Philly. I found out all y'all want is for us to give everything we can for this city, and y'all give it right back. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. Every game, every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, it doesn't matter. I don't think I played a away game my entire career. And I can tell you right now, there's not another fan base in this country that can match what we do here. We brought home that Lombardi, baby.
Oh, you love it. Stance number 3, love was in the air this Friday. Everyone kind of forgot it was Valentine's Day because we had other plans. But the city of brotherly love, on the day of love, giving love to their Super Bowl champion Eagles. And Barrett, from your experience in the league, how does great locker room chemistry turn into a good team to win championships? Because we've heard it from OTAs, how much this team loves each other. That's got to mean something.
You know, it was back in the day, New Jack City. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Well, all those guys are that close. I mean, even if you look up on the stage, you know, usually when you see guys, you see cliquish guys. You know, I played on teams, it was real cliquish, you know, the DBs over here, the offensive line over here, you know. I mean, you do have that, you know, type of relationships, but if you look on that stage with all those guys there, everybody was mingled with everybody because this team is a family. Those guys get along. They don't mind being around each other. I mean, it's one of those things where they stay at the facility even though they don't have to be there. Usually, you know, most teams I was with, as soon as that final, you know, they come in, take a shower, they were out. They were out the gate. They were gone. This team, they stay there. They go over there and play ping pong ball or whatever they got in their locker room. They do all that stuff because they love being around each other. And that's the key. That togetherness, that camaraderie, That locker room presence is why this team is so good. They will go out there and fight, scratch, and claw for each other, and that's why this team is so good.
Right, and you got to think that's going to stay the same with this roster, hopefully staying pretty much the same this offseason. And there were some absolutely epic moments from Friday's parade. We compiled the best viral moments that you didn't see on TV. That's next on Birds Huddle, presented by Toyota.